There we go. Just give me a second to load up the game here. And yeah, we're going to continue with that. Which is apparently going to take a second here. It is still preparing to launch. So yeah, how's your day been? I actually had a good, not today, because today kind of just started yet, and today's kind of barely just started, and the weather is kind of shitty, so yeah. But yesterday was a good day. I actually decided not to do a stream yesterday. I decided to clean my bathroom instead, and I actually feel pretty good about it. There we go. It's weird. I don't know if anyone else is like this. I tend to put off, like I am potentially the world's biggest procrastinator. And I'm like, I don't even think that's an exaggeration. I'll put off, like if it, oh yeah, that's right. We're going to put on our music for this, yeah, our little, oh yeah, so it's a funny thing about the music playlist. Not that one. Okay, this is a good one to start with. So yeah, it's because the whole reason... So when I did my first playthrough of this game, I didn't have this little playlist set up. So I just went with the default in-game music rather than my usual, Maj'Eyal playlist, just to avoid copyright stuff. Because, I've got a lot of regular mainstream music, or, as mainstream as it gets with my musical tastes. With my, yeah, regular playlist. Okay, it seems to automatically mouse click when I first click outside the window. I'm not a fan of that. But anyways, so funnily enough, I put up the VOD for my first Maj'Eyal run, the brawler run I did on YouTube. The run where I used just the default in-game background music. And hilariously enough, I got 8 copyright claims on that VOD. Because, that's the thing that happens with video game soundtracks sometimes, is they'll just, automated copyright claims on any video that goes up with them. So yeah, sure enough, I got 8 copyright claims on the video where I just played the default background music in order to avoid copyright claims. So that was kind of amusing. I wonder if this is music that Dark God even commissioned for this game, or if he just pulled it from some one of those pools of music you can get where it's copyright free or whatever, where you just pay a license and just choose from a bunch of music. There is a dungeon that I'm looking for, but I can't... Because, yeah, our next objective... Oh, yeah, we could do the Conclave Vault. I think I want to save that for later, though. Conclave Vault can be a bit dangerous. Also, the microphone's a little bit far away. Sorry if you haven't been able to hear me too well so far. Usually at this point, though, I like to do... I forget what it's called. It's the Ruined Dungeon or something like that. Not the Ancient Elven Ruins. That one you want to stay well clear of. Okay. We got our first overworld encounter here. I've managed to avoid these so far. Oh, we're silenced. Yeah, that really sucks how silence disables all of your skills, even the ones you wouldn't... Okay. Oh, did I just get knocked back? Oh, hey, that was my, yeah. Whatever it's called. Okay, this guy outranges me, so we're gonna break line of sight. Oh, boy. Oh, no, I'm just slept. Okay, that was easy enough. These, yeah, random battles, or not really random battles, but the patrol battles on the overworld can actually be really difficult. There we go. Yeah, it looks like that Blink Strike is doing crazy damage. I think it's because, again, our Yeah, I'm pretty sure our... Oh yeah, our dual wield damage is just streets ahead of our bow and arrow damage. We're on tier 2 with these, whereas this we're tier 3 with artifact tier 2 offhand. So yeah, it kind of figures. But yeah, the Ziggurar patrols on the overworld basically rolls like 3 random, like basically player character type characters. Yeah, they've got like, you know, player races, player classes, player skills, and everything. So it's a bit effectively like you versus 3 PC-esque characters, which can be really, really difficult depending on the classes that they roll and depending on sort of where they end up randomly spawning on the map. Because if they end up grouped together, you can be in some real trouble having to deal with like a proper 3-on-1 and unable to pick them off one at a time. I'm paranoid all of a sudden, so I'm just gonna do a quick sound check to make sure everything's going all right here. So yeah, let's get started on that. So we'll go check 1 2 1 2, and we'll see how that sounds. So we'll go. Oh, that doesn't actually help if the music is off. There we go. So yeah, check 1 2 1 2, and we're gonna see how that sounds. Help if the music is off. There we go. So yeah, check 1 2 1 2, and we're gonna see how that sounds. Help if the music is off. There we go. So yeah, check 1 2. Okay, cool. 1, 2. I got slightly confused there because it sounded like the music sounded there pretty much the same way it sounds in my ears, so I thought I might have forgotten to turn it off for a second there. But yeah, I think that's all sounding all right. So yeah, there's a place I want to go. That was the Ancient Elven. Was I just not paying attention? Was this actually where I want to go? Oh, this is it right here. Yeah, the Ruined Dungeon. Yeah, I usually like to clear out the remaining side areas before I go to Dreadfell. Just because Dreadfell, in my opinion, is a lot tougher than a lot of, yeah, pretty much any other dungeon you can go to on the first continent. So yeah, I'm just going to want to hang around and gain as many levels as I can. It's not even really levels, it's more so the guaranteed rare drops you get from all of the rare enemies. Okay, I want to get away from here, thank you. Oh wow, is that a different dude? Could have sworn there was like a flame guy who was the rare guy a minute ago. Whatever. Who are you? Oh, that's right, yeah, these guys spawn additional ghouls. I'm really tempted to blink in on him. Okay, cool, now that he's on me, I can just, yeah, do it the easy way. Okay, yeah, it looks to me like our melee damage is strongly outpacing our bow damage at this point. Really would like some HP regen. I think that's our biggest weakness right now. If we end up in a protracted engagement against any sort of enemy with like a very high sustainable damage, like just very high average damage that's also very survivable, we're going to be in big trouble. Okay, landed some good status on him. Oh, okay, yeah, we'll just kill him that way. Slime, even rare slimes are not typically that tough. Yeah, there are some monsters that are just like too worthless to be threatening, even as rare spawns. Like for example, like swarms of flies are pretty much never gonna be too threatening to you, regardless of what type of rare nonsense they spawn on. It's kind of annoying when you end up stuck in the bottom left here with all the messages. guess part of that is, whoa, my fault. I actually have my chat memory set a fair bit higher than the default. Default is like 4 lines or something, which is like a single turn can produce more than 4 lines of chat text. So yeah, the default is kind of ridiculous, not terribly useful. Yeah, prismatic dragons are bad news. Most dragons aren't actually that bad because they can only breathe so often. But the prismatic dragons have all of the breaths, so... Okay, we're just gonna waste a turn to go in on him. Yeah, it really is worth it to just waste a turn stepping to him. Just to start whacking away with those melee weapons. Oh, cool. Yeah, 2 for 1. Even this late in the game, I guess we just started the play session, but even as long as we've been playing this character, I still forget that the Blink Strike hits 2 enemies. I think this is Mega Man X6 right here. I said I was going to stop commenting on the music in the playlist. Okay, that was maybe a bad move. What's our problem here? Oh, Bane of Confusion. That's what's, whoa, stopping me from doing anything. Oh yeah, I had a brief digression about cleaning my bathroom. I don't know what is it. So yeah, oh yeah, and procrastination in general. Yeah, I'm, again, probably the world's biggest procrastinator, or at least possibly the world's biggest procrastinator. I will procrastinate about pretty much anything, even things that I generally expect to enjoy. Like, I'll procrastinate on streams. Like, I could have done this stream like an hour earlier, and I was just procrastinating on just sitting down and playing Tales of Maj'Eyal here on stream with you guys, just because, not even for any good reason. It's not like in the old days, like I talked about in the vlog a while back, where, like, you know, getting in one of those moods where I kind of dread streaming because I think it's not going to go well. Like, that's not even what's going on here. I'm just procrastinating because I'm a procrastinator. I'm actually having I'm actually having a really good time streaming Tome lately. This is actually one of the more enjoyable stream games I think I've ever done here before. Okay, this is some good stuff. Normally I don't mess with equipment till we're out of the level and we just do it all at once, but this could be good stuff. So we got a sword breaker. That's a dagger, which means that can replace our Spellblaze shard in the offhand. This is all wrong. Dwarven Steel Longsword. I can't actually see. It's cut off at the top what we're actually comparing it to. Okay, let's actually just see. This is a Spellblaze shard, Arcane Forces, 1 encumbrance. Okay, there we go. Only that's the wrong one. There we go. Okay, so now to do the direct comparison, we gain a bunch of power, which you typically do when upgrading a tier of weaponry. Get a bunch of armor pen is good, crit chance good, attack speed really good. That is an excellent stat to have on a weapon, attack speed. Lifesteal kind of sucks to lose, but again, we want to replace that with life regen eventually anyways. Those melee damages and the burst really sucks to lose too. Armor hardiness, I'm honestly not even positive what that does. Swapping the magic for dex and cunning. And losing the resistances. And it blocks like a shield and makes you immune to disarm. This is pretty tough. It sucks to lose the magic and all of the elemental melee damage and the burst. I think this might actually lower our DPS overall, or like our... I keep saying DPS in these like turn-based games where it's not, or I guess, you know, it's still damage per second because, you know, the game, like technically every game is a real-time game. But yeah, I think we're gonna go Swordbreaker here just because the extra defensive bonuses in particular will be really good. Oh, that's a great sword. Doesn't look like a great sword, just like that tiny little thing there. Looks like just a regular longsword. This is pretty good stuff, actually. It's a tier up as well. Lose accuracy, lose crit chance, lose fatigue, which is good. Gain resistances and darkness resist, which is actually really good. Going into Dreadfell right away. Stamina, we don't care. Healing mod kind of sucks to lose, and all of that other hate stuff we don't care about. But I think I'm going to take this just for the darkness resistance. What else do we have that might be worthwhile here? Actually, these are tier 3 magic hats. Oh, this is a tier 3 helmet. What does a tier 2 helmet even look like? I don't remember. Ooh, tier 3 leather armor. That could be a good replacement. It has lower armor somehow than our current tier 2 rare armor. Lose defense, lose range defense, lose fatigue, lose cunning. How is this plus a tier from... Okay, we get life regen, which is actually good. But we lose like 160. Right, yeah, we're not taking that. Not even close. We can't do massive armor. So yeah, we are about done. Oh, I can't actually see anything, but thankfully, so if you hold down shift, you can just choose to fire blindly. So you hit one and there's no targets, but you can hold shift to move the cursor, and then you can just fire in the dark. I don't know what it's trying to target over there. I'm just assuming there's dudes over here. I don't think you get like any feedback whatsoever. Okay, you know what, we're... Ooh. You know what, this is all good enough. Ooh, this is no longer very good. This is not very good at all. You know what, I think I'm going to take a deliberate blink strike. That didn't work. I was hoping it would like teleport me to the other side of those slimes like it did on previous blink strikes that we fucked up horribly. So this is all kind of bad. Oh, you know what? I'm stunned, but I actually have the thing to get rid of that. That's not... 200 is not a good amount of health to be on. You can potentially get one-shotted from 200 health at this point in the game. Oh yeah, so the gimmick with this dungeon, it's not really a gimmick, it's basically, there's a bunch of, like, rare enemies in here that'll activate each of these orbs, or yeah, so that orb is inactive. So each rare enemy that you kill will activate one of the orbs. That kind of sucks, this shit right here. This was a bad idea. Okay, that worked out somehow. Ooh, boy. Yeah, these guys are bad news. Yeah, those... What is that? I think it's an orc wormrig right there. I thought those guys didn't usually appear until the second continent. Is that a miss? Oh, no, that was an anomaly. Does that mean we still have our bow equipped? Shit. Shit. Oh boy. There we go. That's actually what I wanted there. Did that even kill the dude? He didn't drop a item or anything. Did he teleport away? Something's hitting me that I can't see here. There you are. Okay, so magical trigger firing off. Now, just activating the orbs isn't enough to solve the puzzle here. So you see this is... Each of the orbs has some kind of magical thing going on with it. You have to actually use the clues from these signs in order to activate the orbs in a specific order. So river, bed of stone, so that's water, stone... I'm just going to do them one at a time because I just don't have the short-term memory to read all 3 clues at once. In fact, I think I've forgotten that one already. It was water, stone. So yeah, that's the water one. Oof, this is tricky. So I think dust is stone. So we're just going to go with that. I think it just spawns an enemy if you get it wrong, and you just get to try it again. So we got air, nature, magic, fire. Air, nature, magic, fire. Okay, and that clears the fizzles. What? Oh, do I have anti-magic? Do I have anti-magic equipment on somewhere? Because spell fizzles should not be happening. No? Why did the spell fizzle? Oh, that's not good. Okay, wow, normally there's more enemies in here. So yeah, your reward for this is just a big treasure trove. I don't... Oh, sort of potential futures. That sounds paradox magey. And then, so yeah, this is just explaining the infinite dungeon here. And then, so this is the... Basically, you can't actually go down there, but that's the... This is the... Clearing this dungeon is the way that you unlock the infinite dungeon option on character creation. I've actually... I'm not a big fan of the infinite dungeon. Maybe, I guess it's sort of this, you know, infinite dungeons are the sort of thing you do once you've mastered the main game. Because, yeah, most of the time I can't even beat the main game as it is already, so it's like, what's the point of an infinite dungeon when the main game is already longer than I can even survive? This is pretty decent. Do we have any, like, really shitty rings? That one got immunities, which I think I like. This thing would be losing con, which is fine. What does this get us? Chance to blind, ranged damage, melee damage. It's a lot of light damage. It's not really amazing, though. I think I'm going to take that inertial twine. Armor, some stats I don't really care about. Physical resistance. Physical resistance is excellent. Oh yeah, physical damage. Yeah, that's going to almost make up for the loss of the light damage. And knockback immunity. Honestly, this character doesn't care about knockback too much since we can fight at both long and close range. Sort of potential futures. Okay, let's have a look at this. So plus power, that's kind of a given for artifact weapons. Plus armor pen, plus lots of great stuff. We lose a ton of insidious poison, but gain temporal damage. We lose some burst, which again really sucks. We're really lacking in AoE on this character. Might be time to look into what abilities can make up for that. Ooh, it also gives us talent masteries. And a couple of them too. Spell power, spell crit. And it synergizes with our whole teleporting stuff. I think I like it. I just like the idea. It's a temporal mage weapon, effectively, so yeah, we're just gonna take it. Robe of Forces is probably crap. We lose defense and range defense, mental save, and that 160 life, and get not... Actually, we get some really damn good resistances in return. 10% physical resistance penetration. 5% physical damage. But yeah, 160 HP. I don't think so. Yeah, that's all garbage. Man, we got a lot of armor options here. This thing's no good. We tried it before. Man, normally I hit level 24 before going to Dreadfell, which is the threshold to unlock a new random quest. Oh yeah, we can do this right here. I forgot that we hadn't cleared out the Dearth side quest yet. Yeah, it is super dangerous to blink in on enemies here, so we're gonna wait for him to come to us. Because yeah, there's a bunch of tornado guys around here. Yeah, that's the reason why you don't... I thought it was safe. For some reason, because we hadn't seen that many enemies so far, I thought it was safe. Which is really the opposite of what's true there. The fact that we haven't seen any enemies yet means that there's a lot more of them out there in the darkness. Actually getting pretty lucky here. These guys can inflict an annoying status effect on you where you just keep getting struck by lightning over and over again. There we go. Okay, so now we got a side quest to try to lift the curse or whatever it is on the city. It's actually a somewhat difficult one, so we're gonna save that for after Dreadfell, actually. That's one of the few sort of side areas that's actually tougher than Dreadfell. Okay, we're gonna do this. We're gonna do the Conclave Vault. This is a random dungeon that I think only appears if you fight that that one skeleton guy that we saw in the Halfling Ruins. Yeah, the unique skeleton guy is kind of the harbinger for the old Conclave Vault. If you see him, then the old Conclave Vault is going to spawn on the map. So yeah, the gimmick with this dungeon here is that you got these... yeah, these like vats with these ogres in them. So if you don't really know what you're doing, you might just like pass them by and end up like surrounded by ogres. But yeah, basically if once you have vision to them, or maybe just proximity to them, after a few turns they'll break open and spawn an ogre on you. And so if you ignore them, you might end up like just pass them by, go on ahead, and you could end up like surrounded by ogres and in a really nasty situation. So we're gonna take these guys as they come up and just kind of camp them out. They're actually not that tough. But yeah, I believe this dungeon right here is how you unlock the ogre class. You know what, as much as I said I want to take the ogres right away, yeah, that slime. I don't want to take the ogre and the slime at the same time. Oh, there we go. If we hit level 24 before the end of this dungeon, I actually don't know what I want to think, what I think about that. Because the other random side quest that you get at level 24 actually is one of the toughest dungeons on the first continent. Huh, this is a sustain. Do I want more light armor? What do I want right now? I don't even know. I think I like daggers right here. Also, okay, maybe it's time to get this. What is an activatable spell that I want to cast once I get into critical HP? It's not really a good one. Oh yeah, we've got dagger block now too. Yeah, there's not really anything I want to... Or I guess just a healing infusion would be good, because it's free. Like, it doesn't trigger your cooldowns or anything, so I might as well do that. Yeah, I think that's basically the point of that ability, is to get a free infusion. Okay, so yeah, we can choose... Oh, we can choose shielding, too. Oh yeah, I guess we can't... It's spells only, so we can't do infusions, but we can do runes. Precog sucks. This one's actually pretty decent. Bathe in Light isn't really enough healing. Shielding isn't really enough shielding, though, at this point in the game, though eventually I think we'll replace that with a better shield. I think I am gonna take shielding, though. I mean, no, I think I'll take Bathe in Light. Because, yeah, normally it's Bathe in Light is just not enough of an effect to waste a turn casting it. It's basically kind of an aura, like a temporary aura that increases the effect of your healing abilities. Which is fine, but it's like, if I want healing now, not healing, like, eventually over the next 5 turns when I cast all my healing abilities. Whereas, yeah, this basically means that whenever I'm about to die and go below, like, a quarter of my HP, then I'll be able to sort of heal back a little more effectively. Wow, this is a lot of dudes. Yeah, I don't think there's too much reason to be cautious here, really. Oh yeah, I forgot to spend my stat and skill points. I think we're gonna continue pumping magic. Okay, we're maxed out there. We're good on weapon prerequisites, or equipment prerequisites too, so I think we'll just start pumping con a little bit. Alright, and yeah, we're gonna max out that warp blade. Wait, if that's Warp Blade, then this is... Oh, that's Blink Blade. We got a Blink Blade and a Warp Blade. Very important to know the difference there. Yeah, I don't know at what point in video game history it was determined that Blink means teleport a short distance. Like this, I guess I often learn things about, like learn new words from video games. Maybe that's like an actual definition of the word blink in like Merriam-Webster or something. But then I don't know, like teleporting short distance is such a video gamey thing. Is this guy a rare or something? What the fuck is this? I don't think that rares can spawn from those bats. That's why I've been kind of being so careless with them. But yeah, like teleport short distances is a very video gamey thing. I don't know that we had need for a word for that in the English language before the existence of video games. This is way worse than our current regeneration. Ooh. We lose light resistance, we lose light radius. I think this is worth it. Okay, this is crap, we can transmog that. I'll keep these just in case. Because, yeah, generally, just in games in general, especially, like, yeah, Diablo-esque games, I'm very bad at evaluating the relative values of equipment. So I always like to keep my... Whenever I change equipment, I'm just out of paranoia. I often like to keep my old set just in case I'm wrong about the new one being better. Oh, hey, this is actually... Oh, that's damage, not resistance. Used to combine with a weapon to make a non-enchanted weapon into an artifact. That could be alright. Oh yeah, that's the tricky thing about auto-explore here, is that it'll automatically bypass the VATS for you. Yeah, that one type of ogre seems to be way tougher than the others. Okay, something woke these guys up. Okay, they are still coming for me. Yeah, they don't really have ranged abilities, so that's pretty easy once you get them into the corridor. Oh boy. Somehow missed these guys. First time around. Yeah, this guy, right. Oh, right, yeah, these guys are elites. That's why they're so much tougher than the others. Oh, hey there, Vassal. Yeah, that's fine. I am happy to entertain you. Oh yeah, we're actually not having heat problems here today. Today it's all wind and thunderstorms, which I guess is a bit of a refreshing break. I'm not one to complain about the rain, you know. But okay, in sort of try and throw you a bone then, if you don't have the Twitch window as your main focus right now. Maybe I'll narrate kind of what's going on. Just a little bit, if anything exciting or important happens. For most of this dungeon, it's just going to be me camping ogre vats and killing ogres. So yeah, if I'm not commenting on the situation, just assume that I am cutting down hordes of ogres and camping out their vats to keep them from grouping up too much. Man, this thing has a good range. Yeah, me complaining about the AoE earlier, we've actually got a pretty good AoE ability if I remember to use it. What is it? That number 7 Blade Shear. Or the tricky thing about it, though, is that you need an enemy adjacent Oh, and it's only 3 targets. Still, I guess it beats 1. Yeah, this is still my Temporal Warden run. We are not dead yet, so yeah, this is the same character. Although we are still playing on roguelike difficulty, so that could change very, very quickly. Yeah, deaths in this game tend to come very suddenly. Like, the game seemed really easy so far. And basically that's kind of how you do, is you just, yeah, especially on roguelike mode, you're really cautious. You take every dungeon you can get to try to gain as many levels as possible before going into the really dangerous areas. And you basically just try to be super over-leveled for any situation. And then eventually that one bullshit rare monster spawns, and then you fucking die. Oh yeah, zone order is crucial to learning this game. Although it's not really, or I'd say crucial on roguelike at least. Like if you're playing on the regular adventure mode with the extra lives, like you can afford to go into Daikara right after your racial tier 2 dungeon, just because you got those extra lives to spare. Like it's not like the, you know, certain dungeons are crazy difficult compared to the others. Like I've done Daikara before as my first of the 4 the first of my 4 initial story dungeons. Like, you can do it and survive it. It's just a lot tougher than if you did one of the easier ones. It's just like, you know, kind of a lot of risk for not a lot of benefit. Why isn't my infusion going? There we go. Yeah, a really cheap PS2... really cheap PS2-esque game kind of summarizes my opinion on the Ys series in general. Oh, the tentacle guy, the whatchamacallit, the writhing one, I think it's called. Yeah, I've actually got a save file with one of those guys right now. It has a really rough start, especially if you're playing the Dremling race, which I think is one of the new unlockable races. But yeah, it has a really difficult start. That first dungeon for the new classes is insanely difficult. The freaking worm with the spinal column. But once you get past it, yeah, the writhing one is super, super strong, I've found. Like I had like 3 runs end in that first dungeon when I first tried him out. But then once I actually got past it, like I've gotten all the way to, I think most of the way through the second continent now. Ooh, losing a lot of resistances here. What do we gain? Reduced crit damage, some other stuff I don't care about. A bunch of armor, fatigue. Ooh, and the stats. Do I care about stats more than resistances? This is tough. I'm gonna take it, but I'm not positive about it. Ooh, tier 3 arrows. Oh, nice! Ooh, that capacity kind of sucks, but... yeah, this is just a straight upgrade. We're taking that. Is that regen any good? It is not. Okay, we got new arrows. Let's try them out. Okay, actually, we probably aren't going to try them out because... oh, there we go. There's level 24. Gonna have to go rescue what's-her-face after this. Okay, yeah, that's this ability is really good. We're probably going to put all of our generic points into this. So now that we got Warp Blade maxed out. That could be good. If this increased the number of targets, I would take it, but it doesn't look like it does. Oh, I could do this a bit more. Ooh, increase the radius? That might be exactly what I want. Oh, we haven't even taken these yet. 4 arrows. Man, so many good skills. Yeah, this weapon manifold is still good. Wow, 7 temporal damage, that's alright. Oh yeah, the chance for 10% of a turn. I really like that. Oh yeah, we wanted to get up in this too. Or did we? What does this even get us? Okay, so we got speed control. That's kind of like once we've got all our other useful abilities, we'll maybe put points into celerity, extra movement speed, time dilation, and use a non-instant gain. Oh shit, this is insane. Yeah, this is actually insane. Why have I not been putting all of my points into this so far? Extra, effectively global speed. Like, I don't know what other speeds, or I guess not movement speed. So yeah, basically extra attack, spell, and mind speed. Up to 3 times every time I cast, up to 3 stacks of it every time I cast a spell. Increase your global speed. Holy shit, why have I been neglecting Chronomancy speed control? Gain a turn! Instant speed, gain a turn. Holy damn. Okay, yeah, we need more of that. It looks to me like there, again, it's one of those, the Writhing One seems like one of those classes that has a lot of different ways to build it. Like, you've got like a whole tree for these different pets or minions that you can cast with the Writhing One. And I've actually completely neglected that on the run I've got going right now. I put all my points into Tentacles and its associated skills, and also a bunch of points into my my Worm That Walks pet. But yeah, the other summons for that class, I guess summons is the right word. Yeah, the other summons actually look super strong. So it's like I'm tempted to put points in them, but it's like, I've only got so many points to spare. So maybe I could do another, like a Writhing One run, where I just like play him as a summoner instead, and that could be fun. Yeah, the Worm That Walks seems so strong, though. That's like probably the best pet in the game. I'm trying to think of what other classes are based on like having that one helper pet with you. Like there's the Alchemist Golem, and I think that might be the only other one. Ooh. I've never had good luck with alchemists. I don't know what it is. I just don't know how to build them. Or I guess part of it is just like a bad first impression, because I didn't realize that you could like assign points to and level up your golem. So it's like the first few times I played alchemist, I did without assigning my golems level up points, and it's just like, oh, this golem is fucking worthless. He just dies to everything and does no damage. But it's, yeah, you gotta actually use the points he gets on level up. I think my most played class is the Cursed. I just really like the concept. It's not like a super exciting class to play or anything. Most of its power comes from its passive aura, but I just really like the concept of having like this gloomy aura that like drives everyone around you insane. Also, yeah, the whole set collection aspect of the cursed items I think is really fun for the cursed as well. Oh yeah, so you've actually got more hours than I do. I think I'm approaching 300. Yeah, I think I only discovered this game about like a little over a year ago. Or I guess it's closer to a year and a half now. Like in terms of like hours played over like the amount of time elapsed, this is probably the game I've like played the most of. Like, I'm trying to figure out how to describe it. Like if you take like all the time I've played any given game in any given year. This game probably has more hours put into it out of like hours total in my day. We'll put it that way. I think the only other game I have more hours in on Steam right now is certainly Dota 2 and maybe Civ 6, although I'm not sure about that. Or not Civ 6, Civ 5. Actually, Civ 5 is a good time. What? I have never seen fire traps do that much damage before. Or trigger that. Oh, you know what it was? It was that I stepped on the thing multiple times, so there were fire traps overlaid on top of each other. Holy shit. I can't believe it. I have never known fire traps to be a thing before. Like, I know they're a thing, but like a thing that actually kills you. I've never taken that much damage from a fire trap. Okay, that is impressive. What a stupid way to die, though. Like, I kind of did it to myself. I certainly did it to myself. I chose to fight on top of the fire trap, thinking that it wasn't going to be a big deal. We'd just be in and out. So yeah, that's good to know. It triggered Bathe in Light too, for what it's worth. I wonder if triggering the shield would have saved us. Oh well. So okay. That was disappointingly... I felt really good about this character. I thought we were gonna go real far. What a stupid... what a senseless waste of human life.